Yeah, I hope you saved a screenshot, 'cause a new boss just logged in. The sun came up on day number one. The gavel dropped and the deed was done. You went to the site looking for a loan, but nobody's answering on the telephone. Click refresh, baby, stare at the screen. It's the cleanest slate that you've ever seen. Every speech, every plea, every plan for a grant gone with the wind. He said, no, you can't. You spent a whole year calling him a clown, talking big talk all over town. Well, the ballot box spoke and the script got flipped. Now the hand is out, but the cash is zipped. The Don cleans up the G20. Pack up your bags, we're done with the plenty of handouts, bailouts, and please, sir, may I? We're looking the eagle right in the eye. No begging bowls, no apologies. We're cutting the cord on the fantasies. It's strict economics, baby, pure and true. The Don is here to clean up the G for your you. Yeah, all for you. I see the politicians down in the South, sweating bullets with a dry mouth. You painted him the villain, the monster, the beast. Now he's carving the turkey at the leader's feast. He's turning the screws, yeah, he's tightening the lid. Time to grow up, stop acting like a kid. We aren't chasing unicorns powered by the breeze. We're talking real deals and industries. You called him the boogeyman, you said he was bad. Now he's the toughest boss that you ever had. The apology tour has hit a dead end, and you won't find a dollar just by playing pretend. The Don cleans up the G-Trader. Pack up your bags, we're done with the plenty of handouts, bailouts, and please, sir, may I? We're looking the eagle right in the eye. Hey, no begging bowls, no apologies. We're cutting the cord on the fantasies. It's strict economics, baby, pure and true. The Don is here to clean up the G20 for you. Delete the guilt, delete the waste. We got a brand new future to taste. If you want a seat at the big boy table, you better show us that you were able to stand on your feet without a crutch. 'Cause the Don doesn't like the soft touch. The Don cleans up the G20. Pack up your bags, we're done with the plenty of handouts, bailouts, and please, sir, may I? We're looking the eagle right in the eye. No begging bowls, no apologies. We're cutting the cord on the fantasies. It's strict economics, baby, pure and true. The Don is here to clean up the G20 for you. The site is blank. Money in the bank. No more unicorns. The Don cleans it up.
Hey folks, good evening. Welcome back to the program once again. It's Tuesday evening, the 2nd of December, 2025. And we're going to expose the fake news for what they are. The fake news had the whole country wondering what was going to happen, lying to us, telling us the numbers were close, that the Republicans are in jeopardy of losing this race in Tennessee in the 7th district, that Mr. Van Epps was on the ropes to a Nashville progressive and that she could win this race. It was oh so close. The whole country was watching. Donald Trump is losing his touch. The Republicans are in trouble. Let me read to you this statement from the New York Times that was put on the page before the results came in. The last congressional special election of the year drew millions of dollars in outsized national attention. Matt Van Epps, a veteran and Trump-endorsed candidate, Republican, was favored to win, but Democratic momentum across the country had officials in both parties wanting of State Representative Afton Bain, a Nashville progressive, would continue a streak of unexpectedly dominant performances for the party. There have been no dominant performances of the party. My goodness, Democrats winning in Virginia, in New Jersey, in New York City, that's not dominant. That's expected. So this is also expected, a Republican. But they had us all believe, ladies and gentlemen, that the Republicans were on the ropes. What a load of poppycock. Fake news, hyping a race that wasn't even a race. It wasn't even close, ladies and gentlemen. I have the results from this race. It wasn't even close. Just total nonsense. These idiots trying to mislead us and tell us things that aren't true. So here are the results from that special election. Matt Van Epps, Republican, wins the 7th district, running away 54% to 45%. Nearly a 10-point win. He won by 16,000 votes. It was not even close. Not even close. Look at the electoral map here. With the exception of Nashville, he won every part of the district. Wayne County, 85% of the vote. Decatur County, 79. Perry County, 77. Hickman County, 76%. Humphreys County, 71%. Benton County, 77%. Houston County, 73%. Stewart County, 76%. Robertson County, 71%. 53% in Montgomery County. 70% in Dixon County. 66% in Cheatham County. And 61% in Williamson County. The only place he lost was the Democratic stronghold of Nashville, where he lost 78%. And that there, he lost by 21,000 votes. Without those 21,000 vote margin there, she would have been slaughtered. Nashville couldn't bring her across the line. Unbelievable. The estimated number of votes remaining to be counted is tiny. Virtually every vote has been counted. And he is likely to win the remaining votes. Still, there you go. Look at that. So Democrats did gain votes, significant votes. She was popular. She gained across the ground, but this is a heavily Republican district, and he still won easily. Ran away with it. Wow. So, hey, that's it. Let's trick everybody thinking this is a close race. Let's pretend that there's a chance that the Democrat will win here. It's ridiculous. That's like the nonsense we were fed. Well, the Republican might win in Virginia or in New Jersey. What a crock. What a crock. What a crock. What a crock. Yeah, there's no two ways about it. That's a runaway election. I mean, a 9-point victory in an election is huge. Now, all those other counties are rural and small, but he won three quarters of the votes there. She won 3/4 of the votes, or 2/3 of the votes in the major county, but it was enough to overcome his 10-point lead. So, anyway, thing is, though, he probably should have done better, but it doesn't matter. The media had us, doing somersaults, thinking, "Oh my gosh, the Republicans are in trouble." Well, no, they're not in trouble. Can you believe it? The vile, repulsive, criminal alien invader who was given succor and refuge in this country courtesy of the Biden regime, flying this scumbag into America to murder American citizens, has pled not guilty. Ramadullah Laknawal, who came to this nation's capital from Washington State, was ordered to be held without bond. The man accused of shooting 2 National Guard members pled not guilty today. A lawyer for the man entered a plea during a virtual court appearance. He appeared from a hospital bed. No condition or combination of conditions will reasonably assure the safety of the community, said D.C. Superior Court Judge Magistrate Renee Raymond. It is fairly clear that he came across the country 3,000 miles armed with a specific purpose in mind. He's been charged with first-degree murder, 3 counts of assault with intent to kill while armed, and criminal possession of a weapon. Preliminary hearing is for January 14th. There are certainly many more charges to come, but we're upgrading the initial charge of assault to murder in the first degree, said District for Columbia Janine Pirro on Fox News. U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia. Trump administration is calling it an act of terrorism. Attorney General Pambami said prosecutors will seek the death penalty. Death penalty? Screw death penalty. How about the torture penalty? Is there no torture penalty? No torture penalty? Well, South Africa apparently is losing patience with the bully in Washington. The bully in Washington. It reminds me of National Lampoon. Beverly D'Angelo. The slut in the shower. The bully in Washington. The slut in the shower. Oh my goodness, I'll never forget that. National Lampoon. Ramaphosa prepared for short-term pain. His government realized there's no point engaging with the U.S. president. Well, there's no point engaging with South Africa. There's never been genuine effort by the government of South Africa to engage the United States since prior to Trump becoming president. This nonsense has been going on for a long time. And the chickens have come home to roost. What's that? Are those chickens sitting on the windowsill? They've come home to roost. Yes. We were assured that South Africa will participate as a full member of the G20. We've been told that by Cyril Ramaphosa. South Africa will be participating as a full member of the G20. That's what he told us. That's what he told us. Yes. In fact, he responded. He said, first off, we will participate as full, active, and constructive member of the G20, sending a strong message to Donald Trump. Really, Kahotso Madisa, a strong message. Do you know anything about diplomacy, Mr. Madisa? A strong message. Or did your editors choose that silly headline? Ramaphosa responds to U.S. exclusion from the G20 summit. Yes, the brave, strong hippo. Yes. Ramaphosa said on Sunday night when addressing the nation about the recent summit that was held in South Africa, Trump announced Wednesday evening via social media platform that South Africa would not be receiving an invitation to the 2026 G20, which is expected to be held in Miami. That is the Leaders Summit in November next year, not the year of events leading up to it. So what are those other events, folks? What are those other events? Well, the first event is the Sherpa leaders meeting. That's right, the Sherpa meeting, which takes place 15 and 16 December 2025. Guess what? Oh, South Africa's not been invited. Oh no. Ruh-roh. Oh no. Gosh, Will, tell us it's not true. South Africa has not been invited to the upcoming G20 Sherpas meeting scheduled for the 15th and 16th December in Washington. The exclusion was confirmed after the United States extended invitation to all the other G20 members and singled out South Africa. I'm sorry. I thought they were going to be there. I thought they were going to go. South Africa not invited to the G20 Sherpas meeting. Oh, no! It can't be true. But it is. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. Oh, no. Yes. Yes. Member nations have promised to rally in support of South Africa. Which member nations are there? Who other than Germany? The omission suggests that President Trump intends to make good on his threat to exclude South Africa from the world's premier forum for macroeconomic cooperation while Washington holds a rotating presidency, which it assumed on Monday, December 1st, 2025. International Relations spokesperson Chris Wyatt said as a founding member of South Africa's commitment to G20's principles collaborative framework remains steadfast. He said Pretoria is confident all fellow member states believe that G20 drew its legitimacy from the commit and its full current composition and recognize the risk of sidelining any member. Any unilateral departure from this consensus would not only fragment our collective agenda, but would inevitably set a precedent, introducing a new and destabilized variable. What you mean, like announcing a consensus declaration before the summit begins? You mean that unprecedented step, Chris Wyatt? Is that what you're talking about? Are you talking about the undiplomatic and unnormal behavior of South Africa in Nasrec? Is that what we're talking about? Do tell Chris Wyatt. It is reliably understood the Sherpas will meet at 15 and 16 December. What do you mean reliably understood? It's scheduled. What, reliably? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh. Diplomats said hours earlier at the final Sherpa's meeting at South Africa's presidency that other member nations had assured the country of their full support against any attempt by Washington to exclude it. Well, we'll see how serious they are. Germany's counselor, he's not a counselor, he's a chancellor. My goodness, he can't even write English. Germany's Chancellor Friedrich Merz has gone on record to say he would try to reason with Trump. Okay, sure. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Hey, have fun storming the castle, boys. Well, yes. The National Assembly has now established a long-awaited committee to oversee the presidency, checks and balances. And Cyril looks none too pleased. The National Assembly approved creating a committee to oversee the presidency, a long-awaited measure to enhance oversight. The committee will scrutinize the presidency's budget and hold the president and officials accountable annually. Will they also be inspecting Pala Pala? Will they be going to Pala Pala? That's what I want. Inquiring minds want to know. Inquiring minds want to know, will they be going to Pala Pala? I think it's a fair question. Will the committee oversee Pala Pala? Under the cushions where the cash will stay. Seriously, I mean, will he? You tell me. Does anybody know? Will this committee have that kind of oversight? I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. Oh no, here it comes. Break out your calypso drinks. Enjoy the dulcet reggae sounds of Pala Pala Nights. Money stuffed in my sofa, a treasure untold. Cyril's got a game ranch, stories untold. Pala Pala, ritzy joint, glimmer and gold. Stay overnight, don't you stray. Couch cushions hide a rainy day. Pala Pala, where the secrets play. Under the cushions, the cash will stay. Pala Pala, don't give it away. Rainy day, rainy day, hey. Antelope where the moonlight beams, luxury whispers in velvet dreams. Cyril laughs, but it's nothing as it seems. Game of chance or a clever scheme, hidden fortune stitched in the seam. You'll never know till you're caught in the stream. The Pala, where the secrets play. Under the cushions, the cash will stay. Pala Pala, don't give it away. Rainy day, rainy day, hey. Come on, boys, play the horn section. That's it. Hit those notes. Where do you hide your money? Under the cushions? In a tin in the backyard? In your sock? Or are you just happy to see me? Oh, where do you hide your money, Cyril? Pala, where the secrets play. Under the cushions, The cash will stay. Pala pala, don't give it away. Rainy day, rainy day. Hey. Come on, folks, give it up for the horn section. The best artificial intelligence can buy. My horn section, the holograms. Give it up for the holograms, ladies and gentlemen. Pala pala. Yes. I lost 10 people. See? People don't like the music. That's how I get rid of the trolls. I just play the music. Yeah, Hendo. Yesterday, I think. Yep. Haven't heard from him. Hendo needs some sleep. Me too. I've got to be up for an 8 o'clock interview. I'll be on Biz News. Earlier, I was on the Patriot Confederation. I was filling in for John with Billy a while ago. Oh, wow. Did I lose 40 people because I played music? Because I sang it. 36 people. The West Strand has been hit 3 days now with massive storms. I've not heard from him. He would have been here yesterday or earlier today. So wherever he was going, I don't know where he was heading. I heard that people are supposed to come to Pennsylvania too, but nobody seems to be here. Lots of rumors, lots and lots of rumors. Lots of rumors. Anyway, but very little follow through. So we'll see. Well, I have heard from a refugee who is now residing in Kentucky. Yep. They arrived on Saturday. No, Friday, excuse me. Friday. Yep, getting messages from that person. People sending me stuff. I wish I could help them, but I can't. Oh, thanks, Dylan. It'll be fine. Yes, Kentucky. Yep, I got that confirmation too. Getting pictures and photographs. Thank you for your video showing Cyril's two-faced agenda, saying we will not be bullied, but South Africans may not speak out because it's affecting one of their most important partners. Yeah. Yep. Oh, yeah. No, I pretty much said that in my video. I all but said, is there a threat? Did I not? I mean, wasn't that clear to people? Give me. Okay, why is my page not... Nope, hang on a second. My page is not current. Something's not right here. There we go. Now we got it. So, I mean, wasn't I clear in this? But I thought I was clear in this video. Maybe people just haven't seen it. Yeah, it's a long one, so I have to skip a bit here. But, I mean, I'm pretty sure I said he's threatening South Africans. Folks, did you watch Sunday's address to the nation by President Cyril Ramaphosa in South Africa? Is it just me, or is he very confused about how President Trump and the United States came to their understanding of the diplomatic relations between South Africa and the United States? I mean, after all, this problem long predates President Trump, but President Ramaphosa seems convinced that other actors are the ones informing him, not the 19 national intelligence agencies the United States has, not our friends, partners, and allies, not interviews done by the refugees coming over here. None of that apparently applies. It just all seems to be groups that he claims are speaking out against South Africa. Let's listen in to hear what he had to say on Sunday.
As a country, we are aware that the stance taken by the United States administration has been influenced by a sustained campaign of disinformation by groups and individuals within our country, in the United States and elsewhere. These people who are spreading disinformation are endangering and undermining South Africa's national interests, destroying South African jobs, and weakening our country's relations with one of our most important partners.
So hold on a second there. People are undermining South Africa's position with one of its most important partners. If the United States is one of your most important partners, why were you so disrespectful over the Lady R incident? Why did you ignore the polite diplomatic request for 5 months before you finally before Brigitte finally made a public statement and forced you to say something? If we're one of the most important trading partners, why do you impose tariffs on our poultry and ban our pork and put quotas on automobile imports while letting the Chinese flood your... Blaming South Africans for the ANC's position, blaming South Africans for the actions of the ANC, blaming South Africans for telling the truth about South Africa. As I said in that video, South Africans have freedoms that are guaranteed under the Constitution, and freedoms that Cyril Ramaphosa is intending for people not to exercise by threatening them, because that's what he's doing here. It's a very obvious threat that they're going to come after them. We've seen the death threats been ratcheted up. Jaco Kleinhans has reported he's had death threats. But let's just take a look at some of these things that we're talking about in South Africa, rights that South African citizens have that Ramaphosa wants to ignore. All right, so the first one right out of the bat is Section 16 of the South African Constitution, which guarantees freedom of expression, which means you can say what you want as long as you're not harming people, inciting violence. Includes freedom of the press, the right to receive or impart information. Impart information would be like to talk to someone or communicate with them. And the freedom of artistic and academic expression. It's an academic exercise, ladies and gentlemen, to be expressing the information to analysts and politicians abroad. Or the South African Constitution, which guarantees the right to freedom of association, which means you can hang out with whomever you want. Section 18 states that everyone has the right to associate with whomever they choose. These are your constitutionally guaranteed rights, a document that Ramaphosa is fond of citing but clearly doesn't understand. The South African Constitution also guarantees freedom of movement to everyone within its borders and the right to leave the Republic at your own choosing. These rights are enshrined in Section 21 in the Bill of Rights. And the Constitution is meant to be a protection of citizens from overreach by the government. The South African Constitution protects against government overreach primarily through supremacy of the Constitution, not of the presidency, the rule of law, the separation of powers, the balance of checks, a system of checks and balances, and entrenched Bill of Rights. I think they're forgetting. So Ramaphosa has threatened South Africans, and he thinks he's clever, but I don't think, well, he knows people got the message. That was the intent. The intent was to frighten people into shutting up. But the problem is the people are simply telling the truth. Please, have I gotten the figure incorrectly? Correct me. Are there not 27,000 murders that we're aware of in South Africa every year? Those are the ones reported to police. What about all the people that disappear down wells and ravines that we don't know about? What about all the xenophobic murders of foreign nationals no one ever is aware of? But we know of 27,000. Did I miss a beat? Was I wrong? Gender-based violence is not an issue in South Africa. Women aren't raped at random. Toddlers raped. Did I miss that? Was I wrong? Is the infrastructure robust? It's not collapsing? Perhaps I got that wrong. Maybe it's hyperbole. Do gangsters not control the taxi industry? And am I incorrect? Is the mafia not the ones influencing and shaking down the construction industry? If I got it wrong, let me know. Let me know. Has the government not been passing illegal legislation in violation to circumvent the Constitution? Things like the expropriation without compensation law, which violates Section 25. Did I get that wrong? I mean, please, what in there, Mr. President, is disinformation? Those are all facts. Are they uncomfortable? Well, I'm sorry they're uncomfortable for you, but they're facts. They're facts. That's not, no one needs anyone to spread that. We certainly don't need AfriForum or Solidarity or the DA coming to America to tell anybody that. We can read. We can observe. It's quite simple. Do you think that the misdeeds, I'm sorry, maybe I'm just, so I guess We'll have to consider that News 24 and Times Live, Sunday Times, IOL, the Daily Maverick, Newsroom Africa, SABC, they're all just lying to us when they, on a daily basis, they report massive cases of corruption in South Africa. I mean, I guess that just doesn't happen. That must be disinformation, according to the president. I mean, anyone talking about it must simply be spreading disinformation because obviously it can't be true. Why can't it be true? Because the ANC doesn't like it. Therefore, it's untrue. I'll have to apologize for all this disinformation. I mean, I'm sorry that gross domestic product growth is less than 1% in a country that needs 8.5% on a persistent basis for 8 to 10 years just to catch up where it is. And that was years ago. Who knows how many years it would take now? But I mean, apparently that's disinformation. Did you know that's disinformation? Wow, you are the kulaks to him. That's correct. He knows he messed up with the G20, and as always, they're looking for a way out by blaming South Africans just as they're using part. Well, they're blaming Donald Trump, too. In God we trust. This type of deflection and pointing towards an identifiable group is very dangerous action. Yes, we've seen it, and people get targeted as a consequence. But that's the intent. The intent is to send the minions out to harm those others. Yep. Truth is power and a threat that must be stamped out. Well, that's certainly their approach. Rob poses ANC is shifting the blame. The government is failing. ANC, no one else. Yep. Exactly right. Exactly right. Unbelievable. I mean, tell me what I said there was misinformation, please. What was disinformation? All the cronies are so lazy and low IQ they believe their own BS. I think they do. I think they actually believe it. Yep. Playbooks are from a comedy playbook. Yeah, well, look for Rules for Radicals from Saul Alinsky. It's exactly what he says to do. No, it's not. It's not the ANC and their broad-based black economic and piggy scheme. No, you're right. It's Donald Trump. He did it all. He and his government are responsible for everything. He should stop blaming others. Well, that's what he does. Yeah, why do you treat your most important partner like crap? Exactly. Sean, no, dear, there's no terrorism. See, there are elements to terrorism. See, that's the problem. I mean, that doesn't mean they can't do it. I mean, they can do anything they want. They're pretty crazy. Let me just look for something here real quick. Yeah, so, I mean, the pushing for terrorism, there's a problem with that. See, terrorism is the use of violence or threat of violence. The goal is spreading fear and terror. The intent to achieve a political or ideological objective, and the targeting civilians or non-combatants. So if that hasn't happened, it's not terrorism. You could charge someone with sedition. That's the worst they could do here. But I don't even know what the sedition statute is in South Africa. So you have to have violence, political goals, innocent victims, the creation of fear, and an audience that can be intimidating. That is what terrorism is. Who is African of Solidarity supposedly intimidating? The ANC? Please. Please. Ebola Games, what's up? It's another play in their playbook to pass a law banning freedom of speech. Well, they're already trying to ban freedom of the internet. Yeah, he knows about these groups, but he knows nothing about the Normandy protest. Yep, exactly. Exactly. Spot on, folks. You are spot. Yep. Yep. It's time for a new song. It's time for a new song. It's a new song, folks. Oops, make my browser work here first. I need my browser. Why is it not working? Hello? What the hell's going on here? Ah, crap. My browser's all locked up. At least I'm still broadcasting. My browser just froze up. Yeah, if the truth makes you uncomfortable, don't blame the truth. Exactly. Well, my browser just froze on me when I was trying. Oh, that's why. It's using a lot of memory. Oh, no, my Streamlabs use a lot of memory, not my browser. What's my browser doing? Well, that's a fair amount of memory. Let me kill it. Oh, come on. All right, what's going on here? Oh, man, come on. I can't even get Task Manager to work. Nope, I can't even close it. Wow. Nancy must be horribly embarrassed for taking industrialized nation and destroying it. No, they're not embarrassed. They're not. I mean, that's the problem. They're not embarrassed. Oh, come on. Okay, let's try that again. They're not embarrassed. That is the problem here. They're not even remotely embarrassed. I must be running out of resources here on my PC. What is going on here? There it is, finally. I'm definitely running out. This should have come up instantaneously. I shouldn't be sitting here waiting for it to respond. Okay. It's not even showing me that my browser's open, but it is. Wow. That's crazy. This is really weird. Huh. Well, let me close a few things and free up some resources if I can't. Nope, I can't. Oh, what's going on here? Folks, we're probably going to wind up getting crashed here because all kinds of stuff's happening here. Things are not responding. Wow. Wow. What the hell is going on here? Okay, finally things are shutting down. Not quite. Okay, I'm still live. It's a bit of a miracle here. I can't even find my browser working. There it is. Okay. Ah, boy. Okay. So I got the browser back. That was weird. A lot of resource eating up there. So now I forgot what I was trying to do. I forgot what I was trying to do when I did that. That's funny. It took so long to sort it out. Okay. So get rid of that. Get rid of that. Mopani worms are at risk because they have low genetic diversity. That's what they say. News to me. News to me. Anyway. News to me. All right, Joey. Take care. They can't handle truth. Yeah, plausible deniability. Well, 2021 riots was an insurrection. I don't know that it was terrorism. It was an insurrection, though. Loretta says, in all of your accurate analysis predictions, like the articles you wrote and read yesterday, you were 100% spot on. It was so well written. And it was well in advance of the events as they unfolded, was it not? Well in advance of the... There's a reason why I was successful as an intelligence professional. You know? And here's the thing. You might think, well, the Army must have taught him all this stuff. No. The Army doesn't teach you that stuff as an intelligence officer. They teach you some tradecraft when you do certain things like counterintelligence, and you learn some certain things about the capabilities to collect information, exploit information. As a signals intelligence officer, all things I learned. But as an intelligence officer, they teach you some basic analysis techniques and how to muster resources to collect that information. And then it's all tactical from there. The skills I have are developed and honed over time and from experience. And, it's not because I was trained by the best of the best. I've got the rudimentary stuff, and you learn from there. Either sink or you swim as an intelligence officer in the U.S. Army. Now, maybe today, 40 years later, they're teaching it differently, but they didn't teach it 40 years ago any better, 35 years ago. Yep. Bringing keys to a golden kingdom decided to play right into the cliche of what people believe of black people. Exactly right, Dirk. All they've done is prove the racist correct. The ANC has proven the racist who said that black people can't rule 100% correct. I mean, that's the sad part about it. And I've said that before. It's the truly sad part about what's happened here. They have proven the racist to be correct. I mean, can you imagine? How sad is that? That is so sad. Hope the DA and other political parties keep an eye. No, the DA doesn't care. They're part of this. The DA is part of this. They are part and parcel of Genius. What is the DA doing? Nothing. Nothing. Have they stopped Bella? Have they tried? No. Have they stopped NHI? No. Have they tried? No. EWC? No. Yep. They are part of the problem. They are part of the problem. And they appear to only be interested in self-interest, not in the people. Yep. Windows remind me who's in charge. Yeah, you're right about that. You know, it's a processor, the RAM, the motherboard, it's the electricity, it's all those things. They're in charge. Yep, they can bring you to your knees in a heartbeat. 100% correct. 100% correct. You are spot on with that one. Yep. Yep. So I was editing a video earlier. Training should focus on enhancing your natural skill set and develop a few new ones. Well, yeah, I don't disagree with that, but I developed these skills pretty much on my own. But the funny thing is that without it, just by happenstance, I brought critical skills from the things I'd done previously, which applied to being an intelligence officer, and that gave me a head start and advantage. So, for instance, as a tactical intelligence officer, you have to be able to predict where on the battlefield the units will be from the enemy, based on the terrain, based on the avenues of approach, based on the type of attack, which you have to predict, based on your defensive position, and based on the weather and things like that. So when you do that, there's other aspects of it. If you want to know, because militaries move in a certain fashion, except the American military. You know, the Germans found this very complicated in World War II. They said the Americans have the best tactics in the world. They just never follow them. The Germans are trying to fight against us. They're like, it doesn't make any sense. They have this process. The Americans, they do things this way, and they never do these things this way. Yeah. So we frustrated the Germans. Yes. No battle plan survives contact. That's the phrase. No plan survives contact. The moment you're in contact, it all goes sideways. But yeah, but nonetheless, you can predict your foe. So the things that made it better, easier for me to be a better analyst, a better intelligence officer, were that I served in the Signal Corps. Why does that matter? Well, military has to communicate. If you understand how military communicates and what the means of communication are, then you figure out where the signal assets have to be on the battlefield based on line of sight, terrain, range, mutual overlapping coverage, and you can figure out where the signal is going to go. If you figure out where the signal is going to go, then you can figure out where the command center is going to be. If you know where the command centers are going to be and you look at the terrain, you can figure out where the enemy is going to be at a given moment in time. And add to that the even more precise ability to do this, and that is if you understand air defense. I was later in the air defense in the National Guard. And so I understand where the air defense goes. The air defense goes in mutual, especially for short range air defense, SHORAD, it goes in mutually overlapping fields of fire. So this unit won't go any further away than that unit, so that they have an envelope where they can shoot and they can shoot and both can engage. But if you get apart and you have a gap, then the planes fly right through. So you have to have overlapping. In order to have mutual overlapping fields of fire and mutual support, you have to have leapfrog positions. So you pre-plan your positions. Now, you don't always go to those positions as the rate of march goes. And so you plan to jump from this spot to here, so you still have connection. And then they jump here, and they jump here, and so on. It's a little more complicated than that, but bottom line is that. When I was a Brigade S2 as a lieutenant doing a major's job at Hohenfels Training Center, at the time called the Combat Maneuver Training Center, CMTC, in Germany, we were the brigade headquarters, and we had to do the analysis and provide the overlays and templates for the forces that were training in the Cav squadron, cavalry squad. So I was teaching my analyst how to do this process. Because at that time, we made the overlays. I had them copy them. Then we sent them down. The adjudicators, the observer controllers, came through, and they were upset. There was a major, and my boss was a full colonel. The major came through and started haranguing me. He wants to know, how did you cheat? I said, what? Cheat? What do you mean, sir? I didn't cheat. No, you cheated. No, I didn't cheat. What are you talking about? How did you know where the positions were? What positions? The air defense. Well, I don't know where they are. I was asked to make templates of a particular point in the battle, and I did so. And I taught my soldiers. Yeah, well, you cheated. My boss walked in about time. What are you talking about? What do you say my officer cheated? Well, sir, how does he get all but one of the air defense pieces? What do you mean? Well, your lieutenant sent in a template with the positions of every single one of the regimental air defense and all but one of the division air defense for the enemy division. And my boss looked at him and said, that's because he's the best S2 in the division. I was like, yeah, go Colonel Cook, go Colonel Cook. Yep. One has to have an analytical personality, a lot of wisdom and life experience to carry out all that you do is so well. Very thankful you do it from 90 groups. You're very welcome, Del Marie. Yep. Politicians are as bad as all other government institutions, or is it the other way around? You are 100% Colonel. I have incorporated a lot from law, legal, info, procurement, supply chain management. Apply the very way of thinking in one discipline. And then don't forget, folks, I also used to build computers, and I wrote code for computers before that. And I was a dairy farmer. All of those things, believe it or not, play a role in my ability to analyze. I understand small business. I understand agriculture. I understand IT. And I understand, the internet, all of this, it all comes together. You bring all these skills together. It just makes you better and better as you go along. Till you get so old, you start forgetting things. I mean, when I get as old as Ronaldo, then I'm going to start forgetting everything. Why? Because you're not a legal resident of this country. You can't serve in a military as an asylum seeker. You're not an American. And you're not here with legal status. You're being given a free pass while your asylum case. Wow, yeah, that's why are all these people suddenly applying for asylum? My heart goes out to you, folks. Good luck with that. You can't serve in a military unless you have legal status. You must have a permanent green card residency in order to serve in the U.S. military. If you have that, it means you're here legally and we let you live here. Then you can apply for the military. But short of that, you can't serve in the military. Why in the world would we let somebody serve in a military whom we haven't vetted yet, who the courts haven't said, well, you're okay to stay here? Your case is real. You haven't lied to us. You haven't misled us, like most of the asylum cases. Over 90% of asylum cases are fraudulent. Why in the world would anyone let folks do that? Refugees can serve in the U.S. military after they have permanent residency, not while they arrive as a refugee. No matter how hard we tried, my wife could never orient herself to a paper map. And she is a medical doctor, so I have a few brain cells. Thank goodness for GPS. Yeah. You're brilliant and intelligent, says. Thank you, Maze. How you doing today? It's the only situation where disinformation is strategy. Yeah, the disinformation is coming from the presidency. Yeah. A polymath. Oh, yeah, that's right. And a beekeeper. Forgot about that, Xavier. Well, and there's other things, too. I haven't even talked about that. I'm a judge, a counterintelligence agent, a signals intelligence officer, a strategic intelligence officer, a tactical intelligence officer, a foreign area officer, taught undergraduates, university professor, assistant professor, taught postgraduates at a grad school. Yeah, done a lot of stuff, man. No, you're welcome in God We Trust. I hope that does explain. But no, you can't apply for the military if you don't have status. You don't have status right now. If you're in the process, in asylum process, which unfortunately can take years, you're not going to be able to serve. And hopefully, if you still want to serve in the military, it doesn't go beyond that time frame. I don't know who advised you to do asylum. I would never have advised that, but that's the boat you're in now, so that's the path you have to follow. I would never have advised that. If you'd listened to me, you would never have done that. But I don't know your situation. Maybe you've been doing this for 2 or 3 years. But no, asylum is not a good path. First off, an asylum seeker can't even legally work for at least 6 months after they apply for the status. It's not easy. So, but good luck with that, and thanks for tuning in. I appreciate becoming a subscriber here. Stick with us, and we'll try to keep you up to date on what's going on. Yep. So, and that's how the Colonel predicted. Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Sojourner. I forgot about that. I did predict it. On June 29th, I predicted it. Now, I would fully admit that I didn't expect to see it where it happened at. I didn't think about the Mooi River Travel Plaza, and I didn't lend any credibility that they would be that organized to torch the whole thing off initially and set the thing off, which is what happened. I'm 100% certain that the Mooi River Travel Plaza was a staged, planned event to precipitate the insurrection in the ANC that took place in July 2021. Yep. But I didn't see that ahead of time. I saw there'd be chaos and riots. But it's not easy to explain the fear of future persecution. But when one starts with 1 or 2 examples, instances, it will flow from there. It is blocked in our subconscious. Well, Kathy, the thing is, you guys also, most of you have post-traumatic stress disorder. Most South Africans have post-traumatic stress disorder. You don't function as normal people in so many ways. And I'm not attacking South Africans. Those of you who are no longer in South Africa, is anybody here that's a refugee that's living in America now that can attest to what I'm saying? If you're a refugee in the chat and you're living in America and you've been here now for a few days or a few weeks or a few months, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, you're no longer living in that constant fear, whether you're black, white, or brown. You're no longer worried about a pothole and that could be the end of your life or you run out of petrol on the R21 and you get murdered because of your skin color. Yeah, knowledge is knowing that a tomato is fruit. Wisdom is knowing not to put it in fruit salad. Indeed. Well, that's the thing. Like people well, how come you don't tell people when you're coming to South Africa? Well, that would be wisdom. That would be wisdom. Why don't you do this, that, and the other? That's wisdom. Yep. I was young and not smart, not understanding the full process. I've been on a pending sign 4 years. Yeah. Yeah, okay, there you go. In God We Trust, there was no option like this 4 years ago. So, yeah, again, thank you for sharing that. And I'm not throwing any darts at you. I'm not throwing any darts at you, and I hope you don't take that. I don't think you took it that way. But yeah, you probably were desperate to get out, and I understand that. But asylum is not a good process. See, he's been 4 years, and he has no. So you don't have a green card because you're still pending your case, right? You just got like status to stay here, but you can work by this point, I would imagine. And I hope it's not costing a fortune in attorneys, because they do cost. And unfortunately, all the asylum cases are currently suspended. So you're going to be in limbo for longer because Trump is suspending that stuff right now. That's terrible. Ooh, Topi's here. Spend one day with my wife and you'll realize what fear is. Is that why Ronaldo forgot who his father is? Perhaps. Jackie Kane. It's real. Was a bit taken aback by Rob Hersoff, light of the refugee program, again in an interview. People are taking up the offer. It makes me wonder about the truth report. Ronell, what did he say? I mean, someone sent me a thing about Rob Hersoff, and he was being interviewed by some dude. And I mean, they said they were. I mean, who said that? Let me see. I think I knew who sent it to me. No, it's not her. Oh, by the way, to answer your question, Kathy, the time with Mike Sham was fine. I had to figure out his rhythm. It was, so he gave me a lot of time to speak long sections there, which I appreciated. So, yeah, it was a good, but someone sent me that. I'm trying to see who that was earlier. They sent me the link, and I went to it, and then I just lost the damn. No, I don't think it's going to be a bank account. And you know who I'm talking to. I don't think it's going to be a bank account. I don't imagine it's a problem. You can have bank accounts elsewhere. I don't think. But somebody sent me this link. I'm trying to figure out who it was. Anyway, about, let me see. Oh, Rob sent me a picture. Oh, Rob sent me a message. Oh, I didn't see that. It was yesterday. Gosh. I have to. He doesn't look happy with me. Well, I have to listen to that. Hang on a second here. I got to see that and see if Rob is mad at me. Hang on a second here. I'm going to put it on mute so you guys can't hear it, though. I didn't see this. Hang on a second. All right, he's not mad at me. He just was, he had a bad look on his face. I'm like, why is he mad at me for? What would I do? Hang on. Somebody sent me this message. Anyway, yeah, I don't know what you guys are talking about, but what did Rob say about the refugee thing? What did I miss? What did Rob say? What do you guys have? Peter Steph Dutoy? What? PSTD? No, PTSD. Love to stay and fight knowing numbers don't lie. Yep. Wife doesn't drive, doesn't leave the house without you. 6-hour house, over 6-hour house evasion. Yeah, exactly. I got you, Bola. Hey, Paul Stapleberg, what's going on, man? Took me 2 years to stop jumping at noise at night and checking if doors were locked. Still jump at night to any noise outside. No clear-cut answer on non-viral meningitis. What's this? Oh, okay. Usually due to the fear of living on the roads and getting lost. Yeah, being lost. They say a stupid person doesn't have much intelligence or imagination, and they go through life making decisions that seem to lack all common sense. Was a bit taken back by Rob Hersoff making light of the refugee program again in an interview. Feuding that people are taking up the offer. It makes me wonder about their truth report. Well, that's Rob's opinion. I mean, I don't think you should doubt the truth report. I mean, my videos are, the veracity is there. There's no editorial removal. I record a video and I send it to them when I want, and they upload it. Yeah. So I'm not sure, Ronell, what you're concerned about. I mean, let me see if Ronell's the one who sent it to me. No, wasn't you. Anyway, somebody sent me a link. I started watching this video, and Rob was interviewing some dude who lives in Joburg. He's got all these tattoos on. Is that the interview you guys are talking about? Yeah. Good morning, Stephen Nordkia. Why is Loretta stressing? Oh, no, because of what I told you, Loretta? What I said, don't worry about it. Dawn and I don't go out of our yard, constantly looking out of the windows. It's crazy, yeah? Stop the Ozempic. DJ Warris. Is that what that was? Okay. Is that where he said something? I mean, please, right now you're here. What did Rob say about the refugees? Guys, I mean, look, for those of you who have gone for refugee interviews, you know, the numbers are huge, the people that are being interviewed, the people that are being processed. Look, I have no evidence, so I don't like spreading rumors, but I mean, I'm getting so many messages and I'm not getting confirmation. I prefer to be there to see it, but I mean, I'm getting messages of 100 people a day have been leaving this past week. I don't know that that's true, but if it's true, 100 a day, wow. We know it was 70 the first day it started. So the first day it started was a week ago Monday. Can you imagine that? That'd be another 1,000 people have gotten over here then, if that's true. Well, all my videos are spot on, Maze, but thank you. Jules S.A. said, my husband only accepted he had PTSD from the Bush War and other incidents in our lives after we had been here for a year. We were last attacked in 2019. But you've been here for a while now. My niece went for a holiday to her son in Minnesota and told me it was like our old days. You could walk around everywhere and the kids' bicycles were laying in the grass. No fences. Yeah, one group is interested in their future, the kids. The other has this brave complex wanting to take on the world regardless of insurmountable odds. Dara D, hey, how you doing? I'm okay. I'm just tired. Like some tendonitis or something in my left arm. It hurts like hell. It really hurts. And of course my hips. And now my left side, my right side. I'm falling apart here, man. What's going on? Brother's been USA for 10 years waiting as asylum. Yeah, it's not the path, medic. That's 10 years of your life waiting for asylum. That's crazy. Jules, I'm glad he's talking to someone. I mean, look, you know, that's the thing. I've never seen a counselor. I've never sought counseling, but there's nothing wrong in that. There's nothing wrong in it. It's, you know, the human mind is quite a complex organism. It is something else. And, you know, some people are able to compartmentalize. Doesn't mean they're okay, but they're able to function. Other people aren't able to. Some people get depression. It's tough. It's tough. Ebola says, I was one of the ones that I'll stay and fight, but now I've got kids to think about. Yep. Where were the days when you could relax on the beach and leave your towel and stuff and come back to it? Long gone, Kathy. Long gone. You can't walk away from your laptop in a coffee shop. You can't go to the bathroom even with your food on the table and expect to be there when you come back. Dirk says, I'm no less patriotic than those who decide to stay. Even the patriots sometimes lose the war. Well, yeah. Yeah, patriots do lose wars. So, again, anyway, I don't know what Rob said that's got people upset or not understanding. So, I mean, it's hard for me to comment. Hard for me to comment. Yep. Rudolph says, won't let my wife go to town. It's not safe. Well, we had the lady whom we raised money for last year when she was robbed in her wheelchair at gunpoint. And unfortunately, she passed away a few months ago. Yeah. She never got to come to America. She died living in Pretoria West. Yep. And they robbed her. And so we raised money because she had no money. Knee replacement. Oh, my goodness. Oops. I'm glad. I hope that's going well. Yeah. They want to replace my hip. Oof. Oh, he refuted the offer that people were taking. Well, that's, I'm sorry, Rob, maybe Rob just said that as part of the interview. Was he interviewed on that guy's channel or on the Truth Report? I think it was on the Truth Report, right? Let me go to the Truth Report then, because I think that's what you're talking about. So let me see if this is it. Okay. You know, I don't know the context of it, but that's simply not true. That's simply not true. 48 hours in Cape Town. The city is unbelievable. Travel for Phoebe. Okay, all right, well, yeah, I do videos at Cape Town. I don't get that kind of stuff. Truth Report, let me go there. Very nice. Go back to Europe, is that the one? Oh, wait, no.
Worse houses, man.
How's it, Rob?
Welcome to Cape Town, bud.
At last.
I've always wanted to meet you.
You've always struck me as like a rock star. You know, I said to my girlfriend, I was like, you know, this guy, he looks like one of those bullies that's been partying his whole life.
I'm like, I'm like Bee Gees, you're like Eminem.
You sent me, remember you sent me those photos?
Is this the interview you're talking about? Yes, they are, Dardy. They're also much more successful. Success rate is almost complete with hip replacements, but I don't want someone cutting my muscle apart, cutting my thigh bone out and jamming a piece of titanium in there with a plastic socket. Just doesn't sound like something I want to do. Hey, Husky. Uh, 2627, thank you.
Is to turn the ship around. This ship has gone in a worse direction. It's almost like they've done nothing. But despite that, I believe that the negativity surrounding it, I do, well, like Prince Mashele says, I don't know if it'll be by 2029, but I can tell you, even if it's by 2035, we will still be here. We're going nowhere. And I said this about the Afrikaners. When Trump offered those visas and they said, oh, the Afrikaners are going to go, I said, those people are going nowhere.
I mean, how many have taken it up?
Brother, apparently the last flight had 3 people on it. They're not going.
No,
Afrikaners.
We want to be here.
Brother, I grew up with Afrikaners in Vryheid. They're hard people. They're not going to leave over some bullshit on Twitter. They're not leaving. I'm telling you, they won't leave.
I'm not
They are
leaving.
also patriots, Rob. This is the thing. I spoke about this to Penn. Said to him that just imagine for a minute that Afrikaner people believe they are patriots of South Africa. They believe this is their...
I don't know the guy, but he doesn't know what he's talking about. I don't know him from Adam, but he doesn't know what he's talking about. See, that's the problem. Just people believe whatever shit they hear. So someone will hear that guy, and they'll believe that. He's completely wrong. Doesn't know what he's talking about. DJ Warris doesn't know what he's talking about. First off, he falls right into the stupid bullshit propaganda. It's not for Afrikaners. Not for Afrikaners. Not for Afrikaners. They're just some of the people coming over here. And Afrikaners are coming. And 3 people? See, that's bullshit from weeks ago, a lie. See, that's the lie that said that all the Afrikaners refused to go, only 3 showed up. That's propaganda. That's not true. That's based off of a New York Times newspaper report that's been discredited. Oh, he's a friend of Nota Beloy. Okay. Yeah, he has no idea what he's talking about. I think Rob is just, going on with the interview so that it continues. Oh, I would have corrected him. That's why I'm not in the CNN documentary, Misinformation. That's why I'm not in the documentary, because I would have corrected him. Yeah, and in fact, my conversation with Mike Sham, for those who think that people agree with everything, Mike Sham was, when you see that when it comes out, was he wanted to get the point across that it was wrong for the U.S. military to be on the streets of American cities. And I don't agree with that. I don't want them there, but I don't agree that's wrong. It's perfectly legal. It's legitimate. And he disagreed with my examples, but I'm right. So, it just means we don't agree on everything. No, look, it's an interview. It's an interview. People say things in interviews. So it came from the New York Times, Charles, and I rubbished the report when it came out. New York Times ran a report, or the Washington Post, one of the two, a couple weeks back, and they said in September that that no one's taking up the program. In fact, only 3 people showed up for flight and had all these empty seats. That's not what happened. That's not what happened. What happened is that they overbooked seats, and those of you who are doing the process, you see how screwed up it is. Tomorrow we need you in Cape Town, but I'm in Joburg. But yeah, I know, but you got me in Cape Town tomorrow. Or yesterday you were in Durban, you go all the way to Joburg, and they come back and say, well, tomorrow we need you in Cape Town for your medicals. What the hell? Why can't we do it all in one place at one time? Why do you do this repeatedly? I don't live around the corner, or can you go tomorrow? Tomorrow? You just told me today, Anyway. Well, if that's all the Cape Town's doing, Loretta, then they're way behind the curve, because there's other locations where there are many, many, many hundreds more being interviewed. What do you mean the reporting is fact? Sorry, a kid blowing his mouth. Wisdom is not knowing to listen to kids with less than half your life experience. I know from Freiheit, who now live in New Zealand. I don't know what that means. You know what from Freiheit? Just another idiot's uninformed opinion. Well, I don't know him. Oh, people. Thank you. Yeah, Bell Pot and Joel over again. Exactly. Well, when entire communities disappear, they won't be able to deny it. Well, then they'll say, well, the whites never repopulated. They died off because they couldn't breed. That's what they'll say. Meanwhile, they're in America breeding. Just pray to get my call. Staying positive. Okay. Well, Christy Duplay, I'm on the Truth Channel, a Truth Report. I'm an anchor on there. I have videos on there. Yes, to be a good journalist, you've interviewed different people with different opinions, even if it's crap. Exactly. I mean, I've interviewed people who I'm like, okay, but I've interviewed them because people ask me to interview them. Well, Del Marie, I mean, I don't know which fix do you want. What do you want him to do? Right. He was quoting as if it's factual. Yeah, they wake up and a bunch of Afrikaners are gone, yeah. Well, 1440, I speak to y'all. Good morning, Ain't Nerve 83. So what he's trying to convey, this is the problem, and I think it's inarticulate. What he's trying to say is what I said. And I talked to Steve about this other day. I said, even if 30,000 or 300,000 or 500,000 Afrikaners included in all the refugees come to America, there will always be Afrikaners in South Africa. I think that's the message he's trying to convey, but he's not doing it very articulately. So that's how I would infer that. Yeah. I would infer that that's the point he was trying to make. Is Rob here? I don't see Rob here. Someone said morning Rob Hersoff. I don't see Rob. So let's play this again and see what he's got to say. Let's hear what he said again. Okay, listen, now that I've explained my inference.
Comes with printed emails. And she says, I have emails here that you were CC'd in over a period of 3 years, however many. Let's say it was 50 emails over 3 years. Okay? And all of this was told to you and you were supposed to get back to them and do something about it. You haven't even responded to a single email. She says to her, I'll have to look at that. Can you provide me with that document?
Send me by email.
She says, it's in your inbox.
I don't care about it. This is an advert.
What the f? Go and check your inbox.
Yeah, what's inbox? Yeah, I sent you an email. That's not communication.
The stuff is there. Shamila Batoy is the top scapegoater.
Okay, so we're not there yet. No, I'm not saying, guys, don't worry, listen, you infer for yourself. I'm listening to it again for the second time. I heard it the first time. What I'm inferring is that his point he's trying to convey is that there'll be Afrikaners here. They're patriots. They're not leaving the country. But he uses bullshit examples that are simply factually incorrect, like 3 have left.
Every time she's asked, why has nothing happened on this case? What does she say? She says, oh, resources. You don't understand the department that we inherit.
Okay, let me jump ahead a little bit because it's just taking too long. Okay, let's try it from here.
surrounding it. I do, well, like Prince Mashele says, I don't know if it'll be by 2029, but I can tell you, even if it's by 2035, we will still be here. We're going nowhere. And I said this about the Afrikaners. When Trump offered those visas and they said, oh, the Afrikaners are going to go, I said, those people.
First off, Trump didn't offer visas, so he's already factually wrong. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's being flippant. Trump offered refugee status, not a visa. Refugee status, okay?
People are going nowhere.
I mean, how many have taken it
Oh, people are going somewhere.
up?
Brother, apparently the last flight had 3 people on it.
Okay, he's talking out his ass. He doesn't know what he's talking about, okay? Now, let's listen to what his intent here, okay? He's just shooting the breeze. So far, he's said 2 factually incorrect things. Now, let's see what his intent is. I believe his intent is to convey that there'll always be Afrikaners there. So let's listen.
They're not going. Afrikaners.
We want to be here.
Brother, I grew up with Afrikaners in Vryheid. They're hard people. They're not going to leave over some bullshit on Twitter. They're not leaving.
Okay, so now I have a factual problem with him. Some bullshit on Twitter. See, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Some bullshit on Twitter? No, I'm sorry. That's just, you know. All right, so you guys ask. Now, you should know that I'm involved with the Truth Report. And I've been transparent about that. I've been involved with the Truth Report since there were 3 or 4 people involved with it. Since there were 4 people. I believe I was the 4th person involved with it. Yeah, so you should know that. And I do videos for them. And I do them on request. And I also do them when I come up with my own. But yeah, so that's just BS on that guy's part. He doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. He's talking out his backside. I don't know DJ Warris, but I mean, if that's how deep a thinker he is, then I'll question other things. You know, when I talked to DJ Sabu, I mean, listened, we talked, and he didn't spew nonsense. Even Nota Boloye, when I had a conversation with him on camera, Nota, you know, he may say the most asinine, ridiculous things off camera, but or you know, when he's doing things and act like a fool, but in the conversation, he said things that were logical. So I mean, you know. Well, I can't disagree with you, Eli Berserker. Rob does go along with it in that conversation. Good day, Werner Krutze. Yeah, well, that's what I need to know, Dirk. So anyone knows anything about him, he's very casual about facts and loves hyperbole. Yeah, it's pretty obvious he does. Loris lives in his own world, and Rob probably doing this to make up with Pinul. Maybe. No, he clearly doesn't know what he's talking about. That's my point. He's just flying off the cuff. He doesn't know what he's talking about. So first off, he probably doesn't even know where that 3 people took the flight. There's 100 people coming per day, anecdotally. I can't confirm that, so I'm not claiming that. But I'm telling you anecdotally, there's 100 people per day coming, which is a lot more than I said. Remember, I said, you know, we probably would see 30 or 40 per day is what I projected. That's what I projected based on what information I had. But 100 per day? Let's see. When did people come? Again, the 24th of November. Was that the first day? I'm trying to remember now. If 100 people were, well, 60 came or 70 came on the first flight on the 24th. So let me look at the calendar here. Let's do the math. Okay. So the 24th of November, which was a week ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, that means as many as 700 to 900 more have come in addition to the 600 that were already here. Or the 400. So we're talking well over 1,000. And if 100 per day are coming. By the way, I looked at flights. I just, on a whim, looked at flights earlier. Flights are expensive. Do you know why? Because the seats are filled up because the government is booking them. So a flight that I could have gotten for $800 is $1,500. Almost double. Yep, I looked. And it's not the holiday season. That's not the reason. I buy tickets during the holiday season all the time. Yep. Yeah. No, he doesn't know what the refugee program is. I mean, he called visas. Trump offered those visas over some bullshit on Twitter. No, the guy doesn't know what he's talking about. I wouldn't lose any sleep over this, folks. And I also wouldn't turn on Rob because of it, if you like Rob. Exactly, Urban Homestead. He didn't see the size of the queue I've been in last week. Wonder how much tax base is shrinking by the end of the year. Probably quite a bit. Although, to be honest, the number of people I'm running into are dirt poor and got no freaking money and begging for rides and their cars breaking down, need help with this and help with that. I don't know how much tax base is leaving. We're getting the poorest of the poor coming over, too. I don't look, read, or listen to any other program other than this program because every time anyone stress, all the wrong info given possibly. Well, it's very kind of you, Ronell, to stick with me. I appreciate it. 3 years since last member's only video. Detlef is saying it's been 3 years since I did a members only video, St. Patrick's Day. Could you do one for the holidays? Lancaster and Depew have lighted up fire trucks. Anything that close to you? Okay, Detlef, I can go out and record a members only video, but I mean, it won't be a newsy sort of thing. Okay, thank you for asking. I hadn't thought about it. I mean, I've been kind of the membership really is people that want to contribute to keep the channel going, so I can raise money. It helps defer some of the costs, but that's fair. I mean, it's not unfair. At our screening, there were easily 1,000 people on one day being screened. Wow. Isn't a bad guy. He mostly lives on Twitter. They talk about us, but never to us. Oh, I thought you were talking about me. Okay. I look at him as complimenting Afrikaners on their resilience. Yeah, Chugs, yeah, I don't disagree. That's what he's saying. He's saying Afrikaners will always be there. Yep. My issue is when you try and build a reputation as a platform people can trust and believe in, guest opinions need to be moderated or challenged in some shape or form. Yeah, well, I mean, I challenge people. When I'm a guest on a person's program, there are times I don't challenge because it would embarrass the host, and there's no value added in embarrassing a host unless you're famous, because then people always want you. I mean, look, Laura Logan, Rob Hersoff introduced me to her, gave me her number and said, reach out to her. I did. She responded quickly and said, yeah, I'll get you on the program. And then she's like, I can't, I've got a busy schedule. Can we schedule later? I'm like, sure. And then 3 months later, I wrote back and said, after that, not hearing from her, I said, Laura, do you still want me on the program? And she wrote back to me pretty quick and said, yeah, I don't know anything about you though. I'm like, well, but Rob introduced me, didn't he? And she said, he told me you were a colonel. I think that's what she said. So can you tell me more about you? So I sent her my curriculum vitae. I sent her links to my publications. I sent her my LinkedIn profile initially, and she said, I can't get to LinkedIn. They banned me on LinkedIn. So then I sent her all these other things. And I sent her those things several days ago now. And Laura, if you're listening, I'm waiting for a response. Hang on a second here. So I sent her all of that stuff on Saturday. Yeah, he said Rob told him I was in South Africa and a former colonel. That's it. And she doesn't know anything. So I followed up. I sent her my CV. I clicked to my YouTube channel with 116,000 subscribers. I sent her my Twitter account. I sent her my daily friend articles. And then I gave her a message telling her who I am, who I've interviewed, including Victor Davis Hanson, Kevin Sorbo, senior ANC people. I also mentioned I'm an accredited journalist. The events I've covered like CPAC and the BRICS Summit, Multi-Charter Conference, published author, and Army officer. And that was Saturday. And she's read the messages, but I've not heard from her. I've not heard from her. So, don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say. Boy. So hang on a second here. I need to send Rob something right now. He's up. Give me a second here. It's going to be in a different folder. I promised Rob I would send him this. I checked on what he sent me. Output. Okay, hang on a second. All right, I need to see. So that's the mocking. Is this the mocking one? Hang on. I think that's the one. Let me just double check before I send it to him. I don't want to waste time with that. Documents, boom, boom, there. That folder. This folder. I think it's this one here. I just got to check. Oh, come on. Now it's going to index again. It should be indexed already. My goodness. I haven't rebooted the computer. Buffering on your mobile, okay? Quite a few wealthy folk. We're the ones who stayed in the hope and glimpse of upliftment. Okay, here we go. Finally, it took a little while. I think this, let me see.
Because as you know, there are a lot of very bad things happen.
Okay, that is it. Okay, good. So, all right, so. All right, so I sent that. He was asking for that. Who's this now? A large section who are deciding should they leave but don't like being called a refugee, more concerned with the perception of the world. Screw the world, Dirk. The world doesn't know you're a refugee. You get here, you're living here. Nobody, you go to Walmart, you go to the mall, you go to a sports game, people go, excuse me, are you one of them refugees? Are you a refugee? And, you get your permanent status, you got your green card, and you travel to London on holiday. Hey, you look like a foreigner. Nobody cares. It's not a black mark. It's not this scarlet letter. Yeah, Take a Lock doesn't have any suitcases. He resorted to Timo. Clip of recent Miss Levitt. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. If I come to South Africa in the near future, I always come with one suitcase and pay for the second suitcase when I'm there and come back. I might not be able to find a suitcase. I don't want China world. Give him a sign. We are the product of our environment. So what do we say of the environment? It's a mind thing. No one is wearing the scarlet letter. Refugee wearing a sign so that everyone can see you. Wear a sign. That's the wrong kind of sign. Yeah, excuse me. Are you one of them there refugees? I heard about y'all. I hear you got elephants in your front yard. My cousin's sister's brother's nephew's transgender dog told its cat's owner that y'all got lions for pets. Is that true? Yeah, refugees. Oh, that is a new song, Carlos. Refugees don't wear signs. Timo has a massive delay. Yeah, nobody's leaving. Nobody's coming. Loretta, it runs usually $100 to $200 for a suitcase. The first time I came back, I bought a third suitcase because my two suitcases were full, and that was in 2022 when I came back in that first trip to South Africa in this epoch, this era. And I had to buy at a game at Century City because I couldn't find a place that had a reasonable place. And I bought a rose-colored pink frickin', aluminum suitcase, and I went to Gordon's Bay, and then when I got out in the morning, I went to load the damn bag in the trunk, the boot, and the wheel broke off, so I had to roll it on 3 wheels to the airport, and it's a piece of crap sitting in my basement. It cost me $100, garbage. I only used it once, but the gifts that people gave me were more precious, and that's why I need it. And then ever since then, I just take one suitcase and I buy another one. The last time I actually bought one at Santon City Mall. I got a good deal on it. I paid like $120 for a really nice suitcase. I still got it. When I went to France, I bought an additional suitcase at Carrefour, a massive Carrefour to the way east of Paris on my way back to Charles de Gaulle. And I saw it when I was driving south, and I'm like, I gotta remember that place. So I stopped there and I got a suitcase, and I bought it on sale, and that one cost me, I think, like $70, but it was a suitcase was worth $150, $200. Yep. I didn't meet one car guard. Mostly met lawyers, skilled artisans, a real farm with quite a sizable operation. Yeah, South Africa will feel it. Hey, Jeremy's in from the Indonesia side. How's things? I heard on one of the WhatsApp groups, R50 flights. Yeah, no, Natasha, I'm not going to speculate on that. I don't want to, first off, how do refugees know that? How do people, let me ask yourself this question, Natasha. I'm not denying it's true, but ask your question. How do South Africans in the refugee group know that flights are booked? How do they know that? Somebody tell me. First off, you're saying, Natasha, for this year. What did I just make a video of a couple days ago? Okay. What did I make a video of a couple days ago? So again, when people talk, you need to understand what is their placement and what is their access. Maybe somebody works in the embassy. Doesn't mean they know. They have to be in the know. They have to be inside the tent. They have to be inside the inner circle to know the facts. Placement access. I just did a video about this. And what did I say? Here it is. This is the video. Christmas in the USA. I just did this video. And almost none of you watched. 7,000 views from yesterday. This is a message for those who are interested in participating in the U.S. refugee program, for those fleeing from racial persecution in South Africa. Now, I don't have communication from the U.S. government indicating this. I just know from past experience that this sort of thing happens. So just to let you know, before people start freaking out, because I'm sure there'll be people in WhatsApp groups and Facebook groups freaking out, and people coming in sending me constant emails and jumping into WhatsApp groups and coming in my chat and saying, oh my God, they've stopped the refugee program. No. I'm going to give you an analysis now. My prediction is that it's very possible that from about the 15th of December until the 5th of January, not hard dates, but from the 15th of December till the 5th of January, it seems very likely that there won't be refugees coming to America. Why? Because there's no money? That's not the issue. Because there's no approval? That's not the issue. The issue is the following. There will be very few people working in the State Department and USCIS and PRM and places like that. Why? Well, it should be self-evident, folks. It's the Christmas holidays. And people tend to take a lot of vacation then. My experience has been with the government is that we lose 50% or more of the working staff during this time period. Some organizations lose up to 70% who take holiday leave or they take reduced hours. Therefore, there won't be the people around who finish the last portion of the processing and approval and then onward movement and arrival and processing on to folks. So it's a very real possibility, folks, that there may be no refugees traveling between the 15th of December and the 5th of January. Now, the further complication of this is that there is no budget. Remember that the continuing resolution only lasts until the 30th of January. So there's a very real possibility that refugees will continue to flow over at a pace of 50 to 70 a day. We're hearing rumors. I haven't confirmed that, but that's what I'm hearing from people who've arrived who claim that there are that many people. I don't have any evidence of it. But if they'll continue to arrive at that rate up until about the 14th of December. And then from then on, for the rest of the month, and for the first week of January, because people stay out past New Year's, it's a long holiday, there won't be anybody. So then they start again around the 6th. And these are just rough dates. I'm looking at the work week is what I'm basing this off of, and past experience. Then say around the 6th, that's that weekend of January. So what I have to say about people in groups saying that they're all the seats are booked, how do they know that? Are they booking the flights? Do they work for RSC? That's who books your flights. Once you get approval from USCIS, do they have inside information? Or more likely, they were in an interview and someone with a big mouth said, oh, well, you're going to have to wait till January, February because all the flights this year are booked. I mean, that's probably where it came from. So someone took that rumor from someone that worked from the U.S. government, and now they're spreading shit around in groups. Okay, here's what's probably the case, okay? I'll tell you this right now. I don't have anything. This is analysis based on experience. That video was analysis based on experience, and I bet you I'm correct, that there probably won't be any people coming over those dates. There might maybe some, but most of the federal workforce is going to be on holiday. They won't be around. They're needed to process these people. So, people don't watch that video because they only want to hear what they want to hear. Exactly. No news from Emily Schrader. See, that's another one. She's ghosted me too. So I haven't heard from Laura. I haven't heard from Emily Schrader. Both Emily Schrader agreed to have me on, Laura agreed to have me on her program months ago, and I've been in touch with her as late as Saturday. And Emily Schrader offered to come on my program last week, and I've written 2 or 3 times. I mean, I don't know what the problem is. Am I unfair to my guests? Am I an ogre? What's going on? Yeah, you don't even keep photos with you. Just scan them and load them up in the cloud. You don't even have to bring them. They'll be here already. Yep. Suitcases, folks, you're going to have to pay a shitload of money. Sorry for the language for that. It's not cheap. Not cheap. When I flew on the United flight coming back in 2022, they wanted me to pay $500 for that third bag. $500. And the guy said, you're only entitled to 1 bag. I'm like, we've been entitled to 1 bag. I got an upgrade. No, your upgrade's only from Frankfurt. I'm like, what do you mean? I paid freaking, like 80,000 miles for this upgrade. I should have the business class from here all the way. And this, sir, your business class only takes effect when you land in Frankfurt. I'm like, what? I don't need that. It's a 12-hour flight from here to Frankfurt. That's when I need the leg room. The rest, from there, it's a piece of piss. It's an 8-hour flight. I don't need that. And I wouldn't say it like that. I was very polite. The guy was very understanding. And eventually he's like, hey, sir, I'm just going to check your bags. And don't worry about it. Check them all the way through to Harrisburg. So he checked my bags through. I was like, whew, thank goodness. Thank goodness. But $500 because it was a third bag. He wanted me to pay for the second bag, which was $200. Third bag was $500. It would have been $700 for those 2 bags. Yep. Pete Egg said Signal hasn't said so. Yeah, so back to this. So there's a very real possibility that the embassy has already booked whomever they anticipate sending between now and December 15th. In fact, I think they probably have booked those things through. So if I'm correct in my analysis, there won't be flights from around the 15th, then it's a very real possibility that they've already booked all the people to go. And that's why I caution people not to freak out. But again, stop listening to bullshit. And just because somebody is a moderator in one of my groups or somebody is on this channel, that doesn't mean they know what they're talking about. It also doesn't mean they don't know. So don't get yourselves in a huge tiz, man, over this stuff, okay? I agree with you 100%. If you barely know, I don't see how others will know unless, like you say, they're under the tent, and I don't believe they will talk about it. Exactly. Now, look, in God we trust. What I do is I'm not sitting here, I don't have let me call the State Department right now. Yeah, hey, listen, I don't have a contact in the State Department because they're being rude asses about it. I don't have anyone in the Trump administration to inform me about what their plans are. But son of a gun, if my predictions and analysis aren't on, tell me what I got wrong. They're right. Hey, LMC, good to see you there. They're right time and time again. You're so seldom in the chat, LMC. Hermanus, what did he say? I don't see anybody named Hermanus here. That's interesting. He's saying so right, but I don't see what he's so right about. I missed that altogether. But there's LMC in the chat. I don't see any Hermanus in here. Anyway, yeah. So again, folks, when people tell you stuff, placement access. Now there are exceptions to placement access. I don't need Victor Davis Hanson to be inside the Politburo to tell me what the Politburo is going to do. He's a brilliant political scientist who gets it. I don't need Milton Friedman to be working in the Treasury Department to tell me how the economy is going to go because he's a brilliant economist. I'm an intelligence analyst. You take it for what you want. I think I'm pretty damn good. And I've had placement and access to these things in the past. So I can take that experience and synthesize it into the facts that we know of today and predict things. Are you an ogre? Well, you scare me sometimes. She blinded me with science. A little box is much more than $500. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, so yeah, again, my anticipation is that there wouldn't be any flights or very few people coming. When I say there aren't any flights, there are flights because these are commercial planes. United and Delta aren't going to stop flying to South Africa unless they go bankrupt. Okay. My brother and I used one check bag, one bag for carry-on, and a backpack. That was what he was allowed. If he wanted another check bag, it would have, $250. See, it depends. That was probably United flight. I don't know. Yeah. So folks who've never flown or haven't flown recently with these ridiculous airlines, you get one bag of 23 kgs. That's it. That's free. One bag, 23 kg. You're in an economy seat. One bag. You get a carry-on bag, certain dimensions, and you get a personal item. Well, a personal item can be a laptop bag or a rucksack, little tiny rucksack, not the huge ones. That can be a personal item, something akin to a purse or a satchel. Well, I put a pair of trousers and underwear in mine, and you carry things in there. And then I carry a carry-on. And then if you pay for another bag, then it's another suitcase. So weird science. Maybe. No, that was Thomas Dolby. She blinded me with science. 70 liters is a personal bag. That seems rather large. I mean, personal item? It's called a personal item. So your brother-in-law is here, Kevin. Another refugee I haven't heard from. Maybe why your hip is sore. Colonel can take a lot of strain when traveling heavy. Yeah. My hip is sore because of a 40-plus-year-old injury. For what I've seen, the people criticizing those leaving are either well off or have the ability to hop on a plane and leave if things worsen. Exactly. Or they have a relatively safe situation. That's correct. Oh, Little Bach. You're talking about sending something through from FedEx or UPS. That's, no. I sent a box that didn't even weigh a kg. It cost $320 to send it to Cape Town. 2-day delivery. No, that's not the answer. It's much cheaper to pay for the extra bag on a flight. But don't put anything valuable in those bags. You put no valuables in your suitcase, it'll disappear. Xavier says he watched that video I showed. Sadly, it's just common sense. Sadly, sense just ain't that common anymore. I mean, I'm pushing hard to finish all legal matters before December 15th. Yep. Haven't seen a notification of that video. All right, well, that's YouTube. Thank you for that, YouTube. Yeah, that video only has 6,900 views. Should have had 100,000 views. I mean, people want to know about it. I'm producing the content to answer it. And also, I produced it ahead. I mean, no one else is telling you that. And before someone is telling people in the groups that all the flights are, because I don't know where they came from. That might be the dog chasing its tail. It might be someone watching my video and coming out with that nonsense. I don't know. Yep, those groups have so much poppycock. I don't even read them. And I get people all the time, your video, you're a group. What group? No one can chat in my groups. But yes, they are. You're one of your moderators. It's not my group. Sojourner wants me to do this exclusively in that southern accent. Well, I have done southern accents, but it depends which one you want to hear. There's all kinds of southern accents. There's draws in different parts of the country. People from Texas, and of course people in the hill country of Tennessee got a different accent, and lovely southern belles down there in Alabama and in South Carolina. Southern belles, the parasol dresses they've been wearing. Yeah, no, everybody's got a different accent. You know, it's simple as that. Piece of cake, piece of cake. Go to the place where they told you to go. You will most probably get the email. Oh, we got someone that hasn't got an email yet? I am scheduled to go for an interview, but we haven't received email in time for this. We were told that we will receive an email for the info. Well, I don't know where you are, Cinderella, and don't tell me. And don't tell me where you're going. Please don't disclose that. But I'll presume, for instance, that you have to be in Pretoria or Joburg. Well, when you say tomorrow, do you mean Thursday? I hope that's what you mean. You're going to get that email. I mean, see, this shows you that people don't watch this show. They don't watch this show. People don't watch this show until they're frantic and they need something. They pop in here, okay? That's the bottom line. And that's not a criticism of Cinderella. That's a statement of fact. People only pop in here when they want to ask questions and get free advice that costs thousands of dollars. But I'm happy to do the free advice. Even though I've sort of given up $600,000 consulting income to do it. We've covered this many, many times. You have to do what you think you need to do. But if I was in your shoes, and the advice I've given to people, which over 90% of the time has proven me correct, is that they told you to send an email. As long as you know the town you're supposed to be in, get your bum there. If you have to be there on Thursday, then find some place to stay overnight on Wednesday so that you can get up and go. Because what will probably happen is if, for instance, you live in Uitenhage and you're told you've got to be in Pretoria tomorrow morning, you're going to get the email at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the evening. And then are you supposed to drive 18 hours, 17 hours from Uitenhage through the dark up through the Free State to Pretoria and then be fresh for your interviews? No. If you can manage, then get your bum to Pretoria or wherever you're supposed to go the night before in a safe place. If you got relatives, stay with them. If you know you're going. If not, then you need to get yourself an accommodation. And then when the email comes in, it'll tell you where to go. That's my advice. And for most people, it works. What's the rush? Well, Holden Caulfield, apparently South Africans have zero patience. Zero patience. And a lot of them are very entitled. And a lot of them get angry. I mean, I have people, in fact, I've seen a few of my viewers that aren't here anymore because their behavior recently feeling entitled. Well, you know what? No one owes you anything. You're not paying for this program. You're not paying for a visa. You're not paying to migrate here. You don't have to invest $5 million to get a green card. All you have to do is answer some questions and show up where you're told to show up. And it may be inconvenient, it may be costly, but do you want out? Those people sitting in that refugee camp with 650,000 people in Kenya have been there for years, and they're not going anywhere right now. I mean, I think a lot of people realize this whole program has been turned on its head and shut down. And the only people on the planet that are being processed to come to the United States right now as refugees are South Africans. Not Afrikaners, South Africans. And it's unbelievable the sense of entitlement and complaining that you get from people about this. All right, Cinderella, I hope that was good advice. So it'd be nice if you tell me, communicate, let me know whether it worked out for you or not. Ronell has a question. I know a lady in Eastern Cape flew using her passport with maiden name, but with very different. I have no idea what you're talking about, Karen. Summary on the background, don't always talk. I'm burnt out. Yeah, I got it. Just want to sleep. Oh, I'm sorry if I put you to sleep, Sumari. Your daughter needs passport showing her current surname in the National Registry. She can't legally travel on her maiden name. I have no idea what South Africa's Home Affairs says when you leave. You're so right. They don't have the patience to trim squirrel toenails. Anything they can do, we're going to operate. Sumari's laughing because I put her to sleep. Good morning, Danielle Whitfield. Where is Ronell's question? Ronell Lowe had a question. Okay, Karen, expat. Really don't need more bags. Take 5 days clothing, carry-on valuables in the computer backpack, and a few members will be able to check in. There you go. That's exactly what you need. Essentially, the video that Steve was talking about on WhatsApp where Johan Key visits him before the show this weekend. Okay, thank you for that, Mad Max. Germany just subscribed. Ladies and gentlemen, Germany's in the house. Can we get Luxembourg or France to sign up next? Germany's here. Also Deutschland, herzliche Grüße. Herzliche Grüße. Grüß. Grüezi. Ja. Servus. Es freut mich, dass Sie bei uns sind heute Abend. Heute Morgen. Also wahrscheinlich sind Sie in Mitteleuropa. Dann, wenn Sie echt eigentlich Deutschland sind, ja, wir sind sehr, sehr glücklich, dass Sie hier bei uns, unsere Sendung aus Pennsylvania, und Sie sind gleich dabei aus Mitteleuropa. Ja, Deutschland. Deutschland über alles. Yeah. Anyway, welcome, Germany. Yes, Francis Ruiz, exactly right. It's because YouTube shadow bans, you should go to my channel every day and check for content. I wish people would do that. I really wish people would do that. I really would do. But they don't, and my numbers suffer, and the revenue for the channel suffers. You know. So anyway. But I don't see what Ronell's asking. Let me keep going up here and see if I can find it again. There's Loretta. Loretta. No, the brother-in-law's back in the States since the... Oh, he's an H-2A worker. Thank you for that, Kevin. So he knows how to travel. Oh, there's Ronell. If I may ask, my daughter-in-law's passport is still in her maiden name, but they do have the marriage certificate. Does she need to change her passport? I don't know the answer, Ronell, because I don't work for Home Affairs. I don't work for the people at the airport. Yeah, if she can get a new passport, she probably should have it, you know, since that's her name. My alarm's set for your broadcast. Thank you, Loretta. It's kind of you. You're very welcome, Paul Stapleback. It's my distinct pleasure. Yeah, Maze, stop looking at chat. Just listen, relax. You don't need that headache right now. Home Affairs, and they changed my surname on the system. There you go. Tribute to Steve's. Oh, did you like that? Did you guys like that? Yeah, I don't know. We'll scare people away because every time I play that, I play music on here, people disappear. We got 237 people here right now. But for those who don't know, I did a tribute video to Steve Hofmeyer in advance of my interview with him the other day. So, die Stem wat blijft staan. Okay. Let's see if I can get this to come up. Here you go. This is the video I made. Steve sent me the images. I asked him for images when he said he liked the song.
Stofpad is lang, maar ons kom van ver. Om te staan in die lucht, fijne zuiderster. Die zaal is gepakt, die atmosfeer laai. Ons wacht vir die oomblik, laat die muziek nou waai. Mense van heinde oor die vlaktes en berg, vir 'n man wat sy siel in elke noot verberg, om te hoor sing, om hier te sien, dis die tipe respek wat 'n legende verdien. Van die sippies se storie groot verhoog, het jy ons laat heil en laat glo, agter elke man tot die diepste treurkront, dis jou voetspore vas op hierdie grond. Stem, die man van die dag, 'n rots in die storm, 'n vriend dat jy die waarheid onbeskaamd vertel. 'n Letterkundige gees met 'n pen in die hand. Jy skryf vir die siel van ons dierbare land. Beginsel vas teen die stroom en bly staan. Van die dae van Bruce tot in 7de laan. Dekades se passie, dekades se vuur. Jy gee alles vir ons, uur na uur. Ja, van Sippie se storie groot verhoog. Het jy ons laat lag, laat huil en laat glo. Agter elke man tot die diepste treurkrond. Is jou voetspore vas op hierdie grond. Stuur jy die stem, die man van die dag. 'n Rots in die storm, 'n vriend en 'n maat. Vir die taal, vir die volk staan jy onbevrees. Waar ander bly stil bly, sal jy die een wees. Oeh, Stephen, jou woorde vind ons krag. 'n Legende wat skyn in die donkerste nag. Laat die wêreld maar raas, laat die kritiese praat. Al ken jy die hart van 'n man van sy staat. Hy's meer as akteur, hy's meer as gesang. Hy's die stem van 'n volk wat na vryheid verlang. Steve, jy's die stem, die man van die dag. 'n Rots in die storm, 'n vriend en 'n maat. Vir die taal, vir die volk staan jy onbevrees. Waar ander bly stil bly, sal jy die een wees. Oeh, Stephen, jou woorde vind ons krag. 'n Legende wat skyn in die donkerste nag. Steve Hofmeyer, die legende. En woord en daad vir ons.
Sorry. I turned off so you wouldn't hear me. Heck. Yeah, no. It's a song about Steve. It's inappropriate for Steve's voice to be on there in the song. It's not appropriate for him to sing. We get somebody else like Bobby van Jaarsveld to sing it, or somebody like that, or Snotkop. No. Yeah, no, it would be inappropriate for Steve to sing it. It's a song about him, so no, we can't do that. It doesn't have to be match Steve's sound because that's not what it's about. So. Yeah, I got it, guys. Thanks. No, it was me, not you guys. Yeah, I did whack the mic. See, you guys, I took the other book off because it used to be up this high, but it proved to be a distraction. So when it's off, there's no light, and you guys can't see that anymore. Yeah, anyway. Maze, quit looking at the screen. The headache will go away. Relax. Do not comment a lot if you need to do your homework on Colonel Chris, YouTube, or FSG, then stop. You will get all info there. Keep on with your live. Get your documents ready, waiting. Yeah, that's what I recommend to people. Lots of singer-songwriters. Yeah, because it's like me going, hey, look at my wall. This is my Legion of Merit, my Defense Meritorious Service medals, 9 of them. Did you see that? Here's my award from the state of Hesse. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. That's what it's. Yeah, I don't think it's right for Steve to do it, so. Bonnie Duplessis. No, I don't know about that. I speak Afrikaans perfectly fine. If you don't like the German accent, it's too bad. No, but you're right. But do not comment a lot if you need to do your home. Okay. Yeah, so the sound is back on. Anyway, it sounds like your husband. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I've got so many videos I need to do, but I got so much other stuff I've got to do. Tomorrow morning, I've got an interview. Well, this morning now. It's almost tomorrow. Yeah, I'll be on Biz News. Exactly, Charles. I always have a different Afrikaans accent. I'll never have a genuine Afrikaans accent because my background is German. So, do the Maryland accent. No, Loretta, what do you mean do the Maryland accent? No, from Baltimore. It's no, I got to hang out in Maryland for a bit, with my cousins and down in Baltimore, and then in Baltimore we're talking about things, So no, I can't do that Maryland accent unless I'm there. I just naturally fade into it. I was a kid. A teenager in my 20s, I could do accents. I could do so many people, but I can't do them anymore. It's weird. It's like something switched off in my brain. I used to be able to imitate people's voices very well. Like Ronaldo does a good job with that, with South Africans especially. But I mean, I used to be very good at that, and I'm not good at that anymore. Probably because there's so many damn accents in my head, You try speaking another language. Well, I don't try speaking another language, Kathy. I speak 6 languages. Some better than others. Yep. Yeah, Mandy, I'm going to have to hit the rack here shortly. I didn't realize it's been an hour and 50 minutes. It's been that long. Wow. But thanks for the little bit of super chat revenue that came in. The long viewership tonight, 15 minutes, 23 seconds, the average view time, which is a long time. 210 people here. But we did chase people away by paying Steve. Playing music about Steve. Every time I play music, people leave. Okay. Look, Maze, mods shouldn't feel obligated to do something every time. Chris Swanepoel is a mod, and I don't see him in the chat much anymore. Occasionally pops in to spank somebody who's misbehaving, but I don't see him there much. Arctic is busy as a mod. Erica is really backed out as a mod. Hendo is here, but he's been backing out quite a bit as a mod lately, too. But people need a break. They can't do this all the time. They do it for free. So in Maze, it's okay. You can step back a little bit. For an amount of people in interview locations are off the charts. Yes, I know. And that's why these people are so wrong. And I wish I could just go film the lines of people and go, hey, this is who came through today. But you can't do that. Wouldn't that be amazing? Just be amazing to do that. But you can't. Or, here I am at the Atlanta terminal in that's right. I'm here at the Andrew Young Airport in Atlanta. You see that group of people over there, that 120 people, they've just deplaned from a Delta flight from Cape Town. And those are South African refugees in America. They're now processing through the line immigration. They'll be picking up their bags shortly. Stick with us. We go outside and talk to them. And come outside, you clip and you fade to the scene. We're now out here at the luggage carousel, and there's a group of South African refugees standing around here. Of course, I can't do this because you can't go through security to be there, but I'm just making this up. Yeah, so welcome to America, and you're from South Africa. Yeah. Where in South Africa? Limpopo. The surrounding neighbors just disappeared. Yep, they're gone. Refugees just gone, just like that. Linda Fundanest, 35 Rand, just to thank you. Very welcome. The Haiditas. Well, you won't hear Haiditas here. Maze loves people. Well, yeah, I appreciate that, Maze. I just don't want you to be feeling bad. Swanee is often in the evening. Yep. Arctic tends to be more in the morning chats. Yep, as he travels. As a member of the Mods Union, we never strike. You just want the truth. All right. Chris Ehlers has not been here since the episode when I lost all my color viewers. Not all, but a bunch of my color viewers disappeared. They all foot-secked. They all just took off. Yep, it was tijd om te trek. It was tijd om te trek for them. They abandoned my channel because they were pissed off because of something someone said. And when people abused me for it, and I said, there's nothing here, they called me a liar. And so I took that personally and said, no, I'm not a liar. I looked, there's nothing here. And then, of course, they gave me little dribbles and drabs of the story. And then they've just left. Apparently, it's a cult. They all left because someone told them to leave. Whatever. I mean, I can't account for people's behavior. That's their personal problem and shortcoming, not mine. Whatever. Good luck to them, Good luck to them. That's their business. There's no obligation to watch my program. But being angry with me or taking offense because I didn't like being called a liar on my own show, that's too bad for you. Watching from the interview queue. I love it. Yeah, 2 cents, but they can dish out crap. Yep. Hey, thank you, Darty. That's hilarious. Watching from the interview queue. That is hilarious. Best of luck, says Loretta. Ja, mensen holle dinge kan net lach. Yep, lach. Yeah. I think over the they will feel in the stars. I have no idea what you're saying, Loretta. Yeah, that is hilarious, Garrett. That is funny. See, Colonel, you're a liar. Yeah, I called a liar. I was called an ista yesterday. Yeah, yes, an ista. Yeah, that is funny. So we were talking about the refugee program when suddenly we got a super chat from the queue. You made my evening, Riffs hard. That's funny. Expat family Joubert, probably out in the parking lot still. Probably out in the parking lot. Yeah, exactly. Queued outside. He hasn't had to turn his phone in yet. Smuggled in the mobile. This Jason Bourne standing in the queue there. Yeah, sitting in a queue of cars a kilometer long. What? Oh my goodness. Well, it'll be pretty easy to find out where the screening locations are. Just look for the traffic jams. Asta. I said Asta, Charles. I said Asta. A song about Rama, puppet on a string. Yeah. Exactly. You're raining outside. Love it. Yeah, Nicola, it's hilarious. Asta. Yeah, it's an Asta. Yeah. Anyway. We go now live to an undisclosed location somewhere in South Africa where refugees are queuing up for their interview. So why are you here? I saw some shit on Twitter and I thought I had to be here. We heard tell that only 3 refugees flew last week. The rest didn't show up. Do you know anything about that? Hell, I don't know. I just got the call last night. I'm here. What do you want from me? It's very busy there. Went past yesterday. Damn, we went out. Sounds like a song. Standing in the queue, the refugee queue. Oh, that's a song, man. That's a song right there. Should we do a song before I go? Should we do a song? Oh, that's it. We're doing a song. We're doing a song. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're doing a song. We're doing a song, man. We got to do a song. I mean, it's just insane. Oh, it's been 3 weeks. Okay, get a grip. I mean, honestly, people have no idea what's involved here. A thorough background investigation must be completed. You have to prove who you are, where you're from, what you're saying is true. That has to take place. There's an administrative process that has to take place. Interviews have to be conducted. Medical screening has to be done. All this stuff takes time. Baby Wyatt is on the scene. We get out live to Pretoria where Baby Wyatt is reporting. All right, give me a second here. It's going to take you. Be patient here. Don't run off on me. All right, so how do I want to do this? Let's do it this way so I don't have spelling errors. Hang on. Come on, get out of here, Word. Okay, I'm going to use Word to write the stuff I want. And then, okay. All right, let's see. All right, I think I got it now. See, it takes a little while. I got a creative brain, but when it comes to this sort of thing, let me see if I can do this. I hope I haven't over. I think I'm good. Okay, let's see. All right, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Go back here. Been a request for Steve's song to be translated to English. It does not always work out the way. No, it's best just to leave it. All right, so a lot of people left. You guys can't be patient. I'm staying up late just to do this for y'all. Thank you, Quids. Hang on. Okay, almost there. Let's see what happens now. Style. Got my style. There we go. Okay, let me go back now. Let's see what we get here. Okay, hopefully it's a good one. I'm in the mood for a good song here. All right, let's see. Okay, cool. Create. There we go. Oh, I must have just recycled through. I just got 2,500 credits back. Yep, waiting in the queue. I like the mood that is coming on it, which is exactly the mood I was looking for. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see where we're at here. Tumble dry. Yeah, well, it's not supposed to have need a hanger if you get tumble dry. Let's see what we get. You know what I mean? It's a lazy thing for people not well educated.
I packed up the baggie while the moon was still high. Said goodbye to the Karoo and the Southern Cross sky. Drove past the coppers through the dust and the heat, heading up to the Highville to a city street. Got a suit in the back and a prayer in my chest, putting the frantic beating of my heart to the test.
And I came from the coast where the oceans collide, with the salt in my hair and my kids by my side. From the Cape Flats to Durban, we're answering the call. The coloreds, the Indians, the English and all. We used to be fighting over land and over name, but standing on the sidewalk, we all look the same.
And now we're waiting in the queue. Yeah, we're standing in the line, leaving the shadows for the bright sunshine. It's the latest great trek, but we're crossing the sea to the land of the brave and the home of the free. Trump opened the door, said, y'all come on in, where a brand new life is about to begin. Just waiting in the queue, hoping we get through.
I'm tired of the razor wire topping the wall. I'm tired of the sirens and the late night call. We're looking for justice, for law and for order, not the chaos running wild south of with the windows wide open at night, without checking the locks or fearing the fright.
They say in America the fences are white, pickets of wood, not electric light. No racism, no quotas, just a chance to be fair, to breathe in the freedom of that American air. We're trading the persecution for a safe harbor shore.
We don't wanna live in this fear anymore.
Now we're waiting in the queue, yeah, we're standing in the line, leaving the shadows for the bright sunshine. It's the latest great trek, but we're crossing the sea to the land of the brave and the home of the free. Trump opened the door,
Said y'all come on in,
where a brand new life is about to begin. Just waiting in the queue, hoping we get through.
it's hard to leave the jacarandas in bloom, but there's no room for dreaming in a lockdown room.
We see the shining city on a hill far away, thousands of us praying for that visa stamp today.
There's an African, a farmer with his hat in his hand,
And a girl from the townships that just wants to land
in a place where hard work is the only requirement.
looking for peace, not a hostile environment.
With the weary, the hopeful, the tired, and the true.
Yeah, we're waiting in the queue. Oh, such a long line, leaving the heartache and the trouble behind. It's the latest great trek across the deep blue to the red, white, and blue. Trump opened the door and the thousands have come to the beat of a different American drum. Yeah, we're waiting in the queue, just hoping to get through to the shining city, to the shining city on a hill.
Version 2 is longer. Here's version 2. Those are awesome lyrics. Sean's very promising to start.
Well, I packed up the backy whilst the moon was still high. Said goodbye to the Karoo and the Southern Cross sky. Drove past the copies through the dust and the heat, heading up to the Highville to a city street.
I like this
Got a
one.
suit in the back and a prayer in my chest, putting the frantic beating of my heart to the test.
And I came from the coast, where the oceans collide, with the salt in my hair and my kids by my side. From the Cape Flat to Durban, we're answering the call. The colors, the Indians, the English and all. We used to be fighting over land and over name, but standing on the sidewalk, we all look the same.
Now we're waiting in the queue, yeah, we're standing in the line, leaving the shadows for the bright sunshine. It's the latest great trek, but we're crossing the sea to the land of the brave and the home of the free. Trump opened the door, said y'all come on in, where a brand new life is about to begin. Just waiting in the queue, hoping we get through. I'm tired of the razor while topping the wall. I'm tired of the sirens and the late night call. We're looking for justice, for law and for order, not the chaos running wild south of the border. I wanna sleep with the windows wide open at night, without checking the locks or fearing the fright.
They say in America, the fences are white, pickets of wood, not electric light. No race racism, no quotas, just a chance to be fair, to breathe in the freedom of that American air. We're trading the persecution for a safe harbor shore. We don't want to live in this fear anymore.
Now we're waiting in the queue. Yeah, we're standing in the line, leaving the shadows for the bright sunshine. It's the latest great trek, but we're crossing the sea to the land of the brave and the home of the free. Trump opened the door, say y'all come on in, where a brand new life is about to begin. Just waiting in the queue, hoping we get through.
It's hard to leave the jacarandas in bloom,
But there's no room for dreaming in the lockdown room.
we see the shining city on a hill far away. Thousands of us praying for that visa stamp today. There's an African farmer with his hat in his hand, and a girl from the townships who just wants to land in a place where hard work is the only requirement. Looking for peace, not a hostile environment. We're the weary, the hopeful, the tired and the true.
Yeah, we're waiting in the queue. Oh, such a long line, leaving the heartache and the trouble behind. It's the latest great trek across the deep blue to the red, white, and blue. Trump opened the door, and the thousands have come to the beat of a different American drum. Yeah, we're waiting in the queue,
Just hoping to get through
to the shining city, to the shining city on a hill.
Whoa, they're both very good. All right, let's do a poll. Which was better? Which was better? Which do you like better? Okay, 1, 2. That's a hard one. A lot of times it's pretty easy which one's better. That's a hard one. See, look, 2 and 1. One for ringtone, 2 to chill and listen to. Yeah, no, I got you. Oh, you guys can't hear me. Sorry. Sorry, guys. I had to turn. I said I'm putting it into the moderators group. If there's any moderators in there, you can start sharing it on social media. Share them all you want. Okay. Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I turned the mic off because I was my nose was running. Okay. Sorry about the sound. Yes, okay. All right, so it's in the groups. I don't. Is there any mods there that can send it? I'll try to forward them now to a couple other places. So hang on a second. I'll send it to some of my other groups. only lets me do 5 at a time. It's kind of frustrating. Okay, let me go back to where it was. Where's the mods at now? Oh, I pushed it to the mods group. That's silly. Let me delete this from here. Okay, let me push this one now. Okay, so I pushed some of my groups now. So on WhatsApp, I'll upload it to the main group in Telegram. Gee, many crickets. Okay, that's my biggest group in Telegram. That one has 584. That was 892. I'll put it in this group. Okay. Okay, so waiting in the queue. 2 songs loading up in there. True Bear's contact. Of course I need rest. I always need rest, guys. Come on. We forward this to all the other groups except the insiders. Okay. Oh, I have to do that one at a time. I hate that. That's what sucks. Anyway. I added both, yeah. What am I sending out? I'm sending out standing in the queue. Waiting in the queue. Both of them. Both versions. Both versions. Yeah. Hey, Del Murray. And thanks for the $5 super chat there from In God We Trust, our Asylum Hopeful. Thank you, Colonel. Nothing better than sitting at work, listening to your channel, having a great song up now and then. Okay, cool. Anyway, I hope you guys like that. Yeah, so I stayed around an extra half hour to do that. All right. All right, I've got a 7 a.m. wake up. And there's $10. I just want to thank you again for everything you do for South Africans. Breaks my heart reading our history books and seeing what a great country we were and what a joke we are now. Well, the problem in God We Trust is that they waited too long to change the system. They should have changed the system a long time ago. And then everyone could have shared in South Africa. Otherwise, this was always coming. It was going to come much more violently than it did. Yeah, it's a shame that that the ANC has proven the racist correct. We didn't want to believe the racist who said that it couldn't be ruled. But I don't believe that black folks can't rule themselves. We have plenty of very talented black people who run countries around the world. But apparently the ones in South Africa can't run it except as thieves. And they have lots of collaborators in the government of national unity, which is not doing anything to help people. It's a shame. You guys are very welcome. It's a pretty cool song. So we've had some big hits the last couple of days. We got the Don is cleaning up the G20. We've had some really good songs. No, I don't know where you get your information from. The information I saw said it was the biggest Black Friday ever. Maybe that was false information. I don't know. But Black Friday, I think Black Friday is probably down because people are shopping online, you know, and Cyber Monday is so huge. You're welcome, Loretta. Byron is saying Trump will replace South Africa with Poland. What does that mean? What does that mean, Charles? Replace South Africa with Poland. What does that mean? Thank you for your membership, Ricardo. Oh, Richard, excuse me. Richard. Richard, okay. Olfson. Hey, thank you, Richard, for becoming a member. Appreciate that. All right. Yeah, Hendo's going to promote it, but he's sleeping right now. Oh, yeah, I think I can do that. Hang on, let me see. Give me a second here. I think I can do that. Wait in the queue. Give me a second here. Video. Yeah, I can do video. It takes a little bit of time, though, so give me a second here and see. Yeah, online shops did very well for Black Friday, but you have to include their sales. That's why I think it was a record for Black Friday. But in-store traffic, it wasn't a record. So it takes a while to generate this. That's why I never do them. It's not my cup of tea. So, but you have to pay for the service, and I do pay for the service. So, yep. So it's still generating. Yeah, to download. Taking a moment there. So give me a second here. I want to get it up before I leave. Yeah, and let me take it. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, the lyrics are pretty awesome. Still taking a while here. Meantime, I got to clean up my mail again. It's full again. I hate this, limit on size. Oh, another data breach of 23andMe. God bless. Those people can't keep anything secure. Okay, that one's done. Let me see how it came out. It's 18 megabytes. Oh. No, it doesn't work very well. Let's see.
Southern Cross. To the land of the brave and the home of the free.
It's just on text on top of itself, so I really can't do it. Unfortunately, you can't read it. I'll show you. Here, I'll show you how it came out. It didn't come out right, so this is messed up. Normally it doesn't do this, but this is what it looks like. It's not usable. See, she can't read that. See.
Well, I packed up the backy while the moon was still high. Say goodbye to the Karoo and the Southern Cross sky. Drove past the carpet.
Standing on the sidewalk, we all night call. We're looking for justice, for law and for order, not the chaos.
That's just messed up. So I don't know if that's worth the time. Yeah, online indoor shopping. You're saying online and in-store shopping is down 70%. That I find hard to believe. It may not be great, but one of the reasons why is a lot of the cheap Chinese crap isn't cheap Chinese crap anymore. It's expensive Chinese crap because of tariffs and people aren't buying it. I don't know. Let me go look and see what he's got going on there. So I don't know what this morning shot. Replacing Poland. Morning shot. Trump cuts all aid, bans migration. That was 2 days ago. No, I don't see anything like that. All I see something else. Anyway. All right. So 2/3 people like the number 2 version. Okay. All right. ANC has tried its best to instigate and infuse hatred so as to give a legal reason to retaliate and kill us off in response to the uprising that should have taken place. We're not falling for it. Yep. I'm using voice to text and it interrupts your voice. However, it's a little easier and good fun when I have Gemini being very affectionate at my chest. Daughter flying back to Durban today. She came to say goodbye. She's staying in South Africa now. She'll not be leaving with us. Well, she'll change her mind. Thank you, that AI, good for now. There's a massive hardware store. It says like a train station busy. I don't doubt that. Alrighty, guys, that's really it. 2.5 hours. I was supposed to leave an hour ago. So thank you for being here. I'm out of here. Hope you like the songs. If the lyrics aren't coming out right, I'll try it again later on, see if it does it better. That's going to do it for tonight. Hope you like the song. But if you're in the queue, if you're standing in the queue, feel free to play that song and share it with people and tell them where it came from. It's from the Colonel and not the KFC Colonel. An actual Colonel. That Harlan Sanders was a fraud. He was never a Colonel. Never even served in uniform. Cheers.